بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. نبدأ معكم اليوم برزنتيشن عن السوفت فوت اند موتور فايبريشن. معكم تيم 3 لمادة سبورت دايجنوستس من 472. تيم ممبر عندنا التيم ممبر مشعل سنبل التيم ليدر، وخالد مخدوم وسام الزهراني ووليد الغامدي وهاشم الشريف تيم ممبر. table of contents. عندنا اليوم في البرزنتيشن راح نتكلم ان شاء الله عن what is soft foot, causes of soft foot and its conditions, steps to control soft foot, motor vibration and motor vibration ranges, pre-alignment steps video. What is soft foot is? Soft foot is a common issue when aligning rotating equipment. It is a major cause of repeatability problem in shaft alignment measurements. In addition to alignment quality and repeatability problems, it can be a cause of machinery vibration, reduced life in electric motors, and cause internal clearance problem in gearbox and pumps. Causes of soft foot conditions: twisted or wrapped machinery foundation or base plates, twisted, wrapped or damaged machinery feet, improper amount of shims under machine feet, dirt, trash or other unwanted material under machine feet, dents or other flaws in machine base or machine feet, excessive tension on machine feet due to jack bolts wrapping the machine feet.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معكم مشعل سنبل. حنتكلم عن السوفت فود برضو، ونكمل على اللي ذكروا في السلايدات اللي قبل زميلنا أسامة. في ذا السلايد حنتكلم عن what soft food does to your alignment. An angular or barrel soft food, a bent or deformed shim, a bolt hole with a burr, a bent motor foot, and the last thing, a deformed machine base. Soft foot condition: the position of the shaft changing between the tight and loose. If you have used the laser alignment tools, you might have noticed that there is sometimes a fault that causes a noticeable change in the vertical or horizontal readings as you tighten a particular part. Often this is the location of the soft foot condition. زي ما انتم ملاحظين عندنا في الصورة اللي تحت اللي على اليسار عندنا الموتورز، وعندنا خط في النص alignment horizontal. بس في الصورة اللي في اليمين عندنا شايفين alignment عندنا مرتفع من جهة ومنخفض من الجهة الثانية، فعندنا هنا اللي هو misalignment، فحيكون عندنا soft foot. How to differentiate soft foot from the misalignment and looseness. The differentiate soft foot from misalignment and looseness, even if it causes misalignment when present. One way is to loosen each foot bolt at a time, while the other three are tight. If losing one of them reduces vibration amplitude. هذا الكلام اللي يقول لنا هو باختصار what should be opposite to what one would expect if the machine was okay, and we cause looseness by unscrewing of the bolt. هذا الكلام يقول يعني إذا في عندنا ممكن ناخذها بطريقة عكسية، إنه ممكن الماشين نفك واحد منهم، يعني نسوي لوزنس، ف حيكون الماشين اوكي اذا احنا سوينا unscrewing one of the bolt. Then soft foot was present. Another way to differentiate soft foot from looseness are phase measurement between the machine foot and the base or ground. طبعا الماشين ممكن تكون محطوطة على قاعدة أو إنها تكون ماشين موصلة على الجراوند على الأرض. 180 degrees differences indicate looseness. Step to minimize and control soft foot. عندنا هنا بعض الخطوات إنه نقلل أو نتحكم للsoft foot. واحدة من الخطوات هذه اللي هو confirm that base plate and foundation are installed and leave to specification. ممكن من الخطوات اللي نستخدمها اللي هو make sure the base plate and machine feet are clean, deburred and free from dents and areas to which machinery will be mounted. يعني نتأكد انه من السطح اللي يكون عليه المشين انه يكون نظيف، ما في اي شوائب او اي نتوء للسطح للمشين يكون فيه، عشان لا يكون فيه misalignment من جهة الثانية يكون ما في شيء، فحيكون عندنا misalignment فالمشين ما حتكون على سطح مستوي. الخطوة الثالثة اللي هو ممكن نستخدمها اللي هو use clean flat shim if you must cut thicker shims from steel stock. Be sure they are clean وflat and deburred. عندنا الشيم اللي هو زي ما انتم شايفين الصورة اللي في زاوية سلايد، هذا الشيم انه قطع حديدية ممكن تتحط في جهة من المسلمات. يعني مثلا لو كان المشين كامل في خلل في القاعدة مثلا من جهة واحدة، فممكن انه القاعدة اللي هي تكون مثلا معلقة على مسمار او على شيء، فنحط الشيم هذه بثكنس مختلفة عشان تصير المشين على سطح مستوي، يعني تكون مستوية. نكمل الخطوات اللي هي نقلل او نتحكم في السوفت فوت. واحدة من الخطوات اللي هنقولها برضو اللي هو when the machine components are placed on the base plate, rough align and perform a gross soft foot check of both the movable and stationary machines. طبعا هذه الخطوة تندرج تحتها كذا خطوة اللي هي leave all foot bolts loose، يعني ممكن انه نفكها كلها، او انه check one foot at time, one at least 3 corners of each foot with a 0.005 inch shim or filler gauge. Correct by shimming with the minimum number of shims possible. If an angular soft foot condition exists, cut one shim in half, leaving the tab in place to make it easier to reposition. الخطوة اللي هي الثالثة اللي تندرج تحت الخطوة الرئيسية do not attempt to cut several shims to step the shim thickness under a particular foot. While this might seem like a good idea to increase the amount of contact area, it becomes much more complicated to reposition several shims each time.
Hello, I am Khaled Makhdoom from Team 3. I will talk about vibrating motors. Small vibrating motors have been with us since the 1960s. Initially, they were developed for a tiling product, but development took a new turn in the 90s when consumers required fiber coil on their mobile cell phones. Today, designers and users alike have learned from 2 decades of mobile phones that vibrator alerting is an excellent way to alert the operator of an event, especially when your phone is on silence. Vibrating motors, these miniature vibrating motors are used in a wide range of products like tools, scanners, medical instruments, GPS, and control tricks. Vibrator motors are also the main actuator for haptic feedback, which is an inexpensive way to increase a product's value and differentiate from competition, like for example toys, console controllers, and like that. Vibrating motor range. There are different ranges for each vibrating motor. First, the Pico Vibe range. Second, the Precision Haptic range. Third, the Uni-Vibe range. Fourth, the Dora Vibe range. And we will talk about each range in the following slides. First, the Pico Vibe range. As you can see, its photo is shown on the right side of the slide. Pico Vibe motors are popular for use in handheld products because their variety of shapes and sizes make them easy for design and mounting. They can also be used in massaging and stimulation applications, provided they have enough power.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Walid Al-Ghamdi and I will continue the vibration motor ranges with the second one, which is precision haptic range, used in variety of haptic feedback application like touchscreen mobile phones, GPS units, tablet PCs, disk phones, and even toys. The third one is Univibe range. They are similar to the smaller Big Vibe range, but with heavier eccentric masses and higher drive voltages, used in vibration alerting, mechanical aid, and messaging. The fourth one is Dora Vibe range, a series of brushless vibration motors which are longer lasting than traditional brushed DC motors, are ideal for applications which frequently use vibration over a long period of time, handled vibration alerting and messaging application commonly used brushless vibration motors. In this table, we are showing precision microdrive DC vibration motor products and applications. And as you see, for each range, we have the voltage and the diameter in millimeter. In the next slide, we are showing the pre-alignment steps in the video.
The goal and purpose of these pre-alignment steps is to control or get rid of any unintended movement that might occur during the alignment process. The pre-alignment steps we'll cover are rough alignment, elimination of obvious soft foot, bolt tightening, and final soft foot check. By completing these steps, you'll prevent unintended movement. The first step in pre-alignment is to rough align the machine shafts. I'm going to do that with a straight edge. I have a 50,000 shim here. I've got my straight edge on top of the pump, and that 50,000 shim drags just a little bit. So I'm going to loosen all 4 bolts and put 50 mil shims under all 4 feet. I'll check again with a straight edge, and we can see that is much closer. I also check the horizontal. There we go. No offset. It's been adjusted both vertically and horizontally, so our rough alignment is now complete. The next pre-alignment step focuses on eliminating obvious soft foot. Obvious soft foot is when all 4 feet are not sitting in a common plane. If soft foot remains, then every time you loosen and tighten the bolts, the movable machine will come to rest at a different place, making it difficult to accurately measure and correct misalignment. So you want to make sure each foot is carrying the same amount of weight. Test this with all the bolts still loose by nudging the shims under each foot. See, that's obvious soft foot. This leg is sitting slightly higher than the rest, so weight is not being equally distributed. Add more shims of appropriate thickness until it's a snug fit. Next, you'll want to tighten the bolts down, and we have a specific method for this. Most people are too aggressive with this part, so it's important that you bolt the movable machine down the same way every time. We recommend a cross-torquing pattern to help us remember this. We also recommend making at least 2 or 3 passes in sequence. So now we've completed torquing down the motor. All the bolts are tight at this point, but soft foot being the problem that it is, we want to check one more time. This time we're going to check it 1 foot at a time. Loosen the bolts one at a time, and try to slip a 2/1000 shim under each foot. When checking each foot, make sure to tighten each bolt before moving on to the next. Add shims if you need to, but if nothing will go under, you will know that you have an equal weight distribution.
And these are our references if you want more information about this subject. Thank you for listening.